On May 11, 1996, ValuJet Flight 592, a McDonnell Douglas DC-9, prepared for a routine flight from Miami International Airport to Atlanta, Georgia. The airline, known for its low-cost fares, had quickly become popular among travelers. On board were 110 people, 105 passengers, and 5 crew members, eager to reach their destination. But just minutes after takeoff, the flight would encounter a catastrophic event that would claim all lives on board and leave a lasting scar on the aviation industry.
At 2:04 p.m., Flight 592 took off from Miami. Everything seemed normal until about 10 minutes into the flight, when the crew reported smoke in the cockpit and cabin. The situation escalated rapidly as the fire grew uncontrollable, causing thick smoke to fill the plane. The pilots attempted an emergency return to Miami, but within minutes, the aircraft lost all electrical systems and plunged into the Florida Everglades at over 500 miles per hour. The impact created a massive explosion, leaving behind only scattered debris and a plume of smoke rising above the swampy terrain.
The crash site in the Everglades was remote and difficult to access. Rescue teams faced treacherous conditions, including deep water, thick vegetation, and alligator-infested swamps. Tragically, there were no survivors. The violent impact had destroyed the aircraft, leaving investigators with the daunting task of piecing together what had happened. For the families of the victims, the devastation was compounded by the remote location and the challenges of recovering remains. The crash of Flight 592 was one of the deadliest aviation disasters in Florida's history.
The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, launched an extensive investigation to uncover the cause of the crash. It was soon revealed that improperly stored oxygen generators in the cargo hold were the source of the fire. These generators, used to provide emergency oxygen for passengers, had been labeled as expired and were being transported back to Atlanta for disposal. However, they had not been properly sealed to prevent activation, and their flammable materials ignited in the pressurized cargo hold, causing the deadly fire. Further investigation revealed serious lapses in safety protocols. The oxygen generators were not listed on the plane's cargo manifest, meaning the flight crew had no knowledge of the hazardous materials on board. Additionally, ValuJet had outsourced its maintenance to contractors, creating gaps in oversight and accountability. The findings exposed a culture of cost-cutting and insufficient safety measures, sparking outrage and calls for change.
The crash of Flight 592 became a turning point for aviation safety in the United States. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, faced harsh criticism for its oversight of ValuJet, which had been involved in several previous incidents. In response, the FAA tightened regulations for transporting hazardous materials and increased scrutiny of airline maintenance practices. ValuJet, unable to recover from the public backlash, eventually merged with AirTran Airways and ceased operations under its original name. The tragedy also led to stricter enforcement of safety standards for budget airlines, ensuring that cost-cutting measures did not come at the expense of passenger safety. The crash highlighted the importance of transparency, proper documentation, and rigorous inspections in preventing similar disasters.
For the families of the 110 victims, the crash of Flight 592 left an enduring void. Memorials were established to honor their memory, including a plaque at the crash site in the Everglades. The disaster also became a case study in aviation safety, serving as a grim reminder of the catastrophic consequences of negligence and complacency. Today, the lessons learned from Flight 592 continue to influence aviation regulations and practices, making air travel safer for millions of passengers worldwide.
The ValuJet Flight 592 crash was a devastating tragedy, but it also became a catalyst for meaningful change. The reforms prompted by the disaster have saved countless lives by ensuring that airlines prioritize safety over profit. The story of Flight 592 is a somber reminder of the importance of vigilance, accountability, and learning from past mistakes to prevent future tragedies. For those who lost loved ones, the legacy of Flight 592 is one of grief and resilience, a testament to the enduring quest for safer skies.